A question that I rarely get asked is, what kind of gear do you use to make these incredibly mediocre videos for your YouTube channel? I'm going to answer that in this video. We're going to start with my main cameras. I'm going to share a little bit of the gear that I use, the accessories that I use, that I feel like just make things easier, more efficient, and quicker for me. I hope they will for you. I'm going to let you know what software I use for editing my videos, and I'm going to let you in on a brand new website that you can go to get free music to use in your videos. Not just for YouTube, but also for Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Parler. Are you on Parler? Can you put videos on Parler? I don't know, but if you can use this music there. Completely free, copyright free. I've been enjoying it. I used some of the music in my last video. I'm using music from that website in this video. Stick around, find out what that website is. Now this camera right here that I'm shooting on is my main camera, my main studio camera, my main vlogging camera. Most of the video that I've got on the channel from the last 2 years are with this camera right here. This is the Canon EOS M50. I'm sure you probably heard of it because I think everyone on YouTube is using this camera, with the exception of, like, you know, Peter McKinnon and Casey Neistat, because, well, they can afford nice gear. No, I'm just kidding. This is a great camera. It's a pretty budget-friendly camera. You can get into it for a fairly reasonable price along with the kit lens. That's what I'm using. If I could go out and buy a new lens right now, it would be the Sigma 16mm 1.4, and I think that would just put things over the top. You want your background blurred out? Get the Sigma 16mm 1.4. You want to shoot in darker areas without having to have huge studio lights set up? Get the Sigma 16mm 1.4. That's going to help you out quite a bit. It's not the be-all end-all lens, but I think that it would make a huge difference on my YouTube videos and possibly yours. I'll have links to all this stuff in the description below, by the way, just in case you're interested in checking it out. I'm not going to go into a bunch of details and technical specs on any of this stuff because there's channels for that. There's videos for that. I do love technology, but I'm not a tech channel. I'm not going to steal their thunder. The only other camera that I'm using for my YouTube videos would be a GoPro. Now this is my newest one, the GoPro Hero 9. It hasn't gotten a whole lot of use so far because it's the middle of winter around here, and I do not go outside in Minnesota during the winter, ever. No, I'm just kidding. I have to work. I have to go get groceries and things from time to time, so I do need to go out. We used this a little bit in the ice fishing video a couple weeks ago, if you watched that. I got some pretty cool shots. I had this mounted on my chest. The GoPro Hero 9 is awesome, but previously I've had a few different of the generations of the GoPro, and the last one was the Hero 6. I would go with the Hero 9 if it's in your budget. If not, I think you can still get the Hero 7, which would be excellent. I would probably either stick with the Hero 7 or the Hero 9. Once in a while I will use an extra GoPro like the Hero 6 if I want to get a second view. If I'm on the motorcycle, I might want one camera mounted on my helmet and one camera mounted on the handlebars. Which brings me to accessories. Now obviously we've got studio tripods. I've got a few different tripods, but this is my favorite one and my newest one. I love the way this thing looks. It's got some really cool functionality, and it's sturdy and everything that a tripod should be. So that's why we're not going into a bunch of detail about it. If you want to check it out, link will be down in the description below. It's just convenient to have multiple tripods, as long as you have the same tripod for your different situations, or at least the same brand, because the problem that you run into is the mounting plate here that I've got for this shorter tripod is different than the mounting plate that I've got for this tripod, which is also different from the mounting plate for the tripod that I've got up there, and it's a different mounting plate for the handheld tripods that I have, like the Gorilla Pod that everybody uses for vlogging. That's a pain in the butt. I don't use the Gorilla Pod for vlogging anymore, by the way. I'll tell you about what I use instead coming right up. First, we need to talk about a GoPro accessory that I think everyone in the world should have. I don't know why there's not more being said about this thing. This is probably the best GoPro mount that I've ever found in all the years that I've been using GoPro mounts, okay? This thing is legit, and what it is it's a snap mount. It's called a snap mount. You can't see that, but it's snap mounted to my ceiling right now. Here's the great thing about snap mounts. Picture for a second that you're a motovlogger and you've only got one GoPro and it's mounted on your helmet. What if you could easily remove it from your helmet and mount it to the Jaws clamp thingy from GoPro? Something like that. What if you don't want it on the Jaws clamp mounty thing from GoPro anymore? Maybe you want it on a selfie stick like this one here. The beautiful thing about the snap mount is it's magnetic. So you get different mounting plates, mount them on the different accessories that you use. Maybe you've got a couple of main ones and you just switch them back and forth. Like it's great. I love it. I absolutely love it. So there's all kinds of things you can do with this. Like it'll stick to your refrigerator. It'll stick to your heating vents. It'll probably stick to your garage door. It might stick on the door that's going out to your garage. Anything metal, it's just so convenient. It's just so good. Like there's all kinds of things that you can do with this thing. And how did I do that? I'll show you how I did that. They give you one on a lanyard, like a backing plate on a lanyard. So you can use it as a chesty mount. Ouch! It will get you. Be careful for that. Just like that, this is what I was using when I was out ice fishing. I'm not worried about it falling off. Now I won't want to go jogging with this because it's not as secure as like the chesty mount would be. But you don't have to look like a geek with a chesty mount if you have a snap mount. You just put it there like that. And nobody would think this is geeky. Do people think Iron Man is geeky? No. People love Iron Man. And he has a snap mount on his chest. So anyway, just wanted to kind of it's just going a little overboard, isn't it? But this is a cool mount. No lie. Very secure. You're not going to have to worry about your GoPro. Again, links in the description. You're going to want to check this out. I'll let you know that I am no longer using the Joby Gorilla Pod for vlogging because, well, it frankly just irritates me because you always have to adjust the things and they're never right and the camera's crooked and then it loosens up over time and it falls over. I hate it. I hate it. No longer using the Gorilla Pod. Don't even know where it's at, to be honest with you. Haven't touched it in ages. Actually, I might know where it's at. I switched to the Switch Pod. Now, obviously, you're on that tripod right now, but if I had my Canon off of there, I would have it on the Switch Pod. This thing is dope. You can also get the Switch Pod ball head right here. Makes it pretty handy. Personally, if I'm just vlogging and I'm out and about, I'm not going to have the ball head on there. I'll tell you why, because it's a heavy duty ball head. It adds weight, and it's just not really needed. If I have my camera mounted on here and I'm out vlogging, this is going to be perfectly fine. I can hold it in a comfortable position, which I think would be a comfortable position for most people, and that camera is going to be pointed straight at my face. If I want to show you something, I'm going to flip it around. That's weird, but you don't do that very often, okay? I'm vlogging. My arm's getting tired. I don't want to hold it. Or I need both hands because I like to move my hands around quite a bit. I just flipped this out. I really honestly haven't looked back since I got it. So I just pick it up from the table, give it a little flick. And we're back to vlogging mode, all right? So we're off, we're vlogging. It's made out of aircraft aluminum, so it's not super heavy, but it is very sturdy. Just check it out. Just check it out. That's all I ask. The only other thing I wanted to touch on is the mic for this camera right here. I have recently switched over to the Rode Video Micro, and I think you can tell the audio is great. It's so simple because the external mics that I've had in the past are battery operated. You have to make sure that you turn them on when you start recording, off when you're done. There's no battery here. There's no on-off switch. If it's plugged into your camera, which obviously mine is, you're good to go. You can visually see it. That's it. It's not very big, so it's great for on-the-go vlogging, especially on a small camera like the Canon EOS M50. It just works. It does what it's supposed to. It's not super expensive. The only thing that I will say is, since it's a shotgun style microphone, it's pointed this way. So if you turn your camera around, I've made this mistake so many times where I'll be like, oh, I want to show you this. I'll flip my camera around. Now the mic is pointed that way. I'm behind, and you can't even really fix it in post. If you try to turn up the volume enough in post, then you're going to get all the background noise and it's going to sound horrible. So that's the one thing that you have to be conscious about with any shotgun mic. Except for another one that I'm going to throw in the description below for you. I haven't actually used the Deity mic yet, but I've seen some videos on it, and this thing looks really cool. It's the same idea as the Rode Video Micro, except for it's got a second mic. So you have a mic pointing towards you when you're recording yourself, but also if you flip it around to show what's going on around you, there's a mic pointing towards you that way as well. So the Deity mic is a great idea. The next thing we need to talk about a little bit is editing software. Now, I'm not going to go into this big time, but I am going to tell you what I use and why I use it and what got me here. Do me a favor real quick, if this is cool to you, or if you're interested, hit that thumbs up button and just let me know. Also, leave me a comment down in the description below what your favorite gear is and what piece of gear you're most frustrated with. For me, it's the Joby Gorilla Pod, which is why I switched to the Switch Pod. So that'll be entertaining. Just throw that in there. The software that I'm using right now is Final Cut Pro. Now, I started off using iMovie back in the day, and that worked perfectly fine. Best thing about it is, if you're a Mac user, it's 100% absolutely free, which is awesome. I used that for years and just decided to switch it up. A few years ago, I had the extra money. It was something I really wanted, and it was something that I could invest into the channel to give me a little more opportunity for doing bigger projects and just trying to add a little bit something to my video. Now, I will say that even though Final Cut Pro is just basically the big brother to iMovie, there is still a learning curve because there's so much that program can do, which is another reason I love it, because I love learning and I love being able to kind of change things up a little bit. And every once in a while in my videos, I'll start getting bored with editing, so I want to learn a new trick. Every once in a while, I'll throw something new into my videos that just kind of maybe elevate it a little bit. You might not even notice it. Who knows? I have no idea. But the cool thing is, it's an opportunity for me to learn something new and keep me excited about editing. I definitely wouldn't say I've mastered Final Cut Pro. I definitely wouldn't say that I know everything about it. I probably won't even be able to teach you anything because a lot of times I forget about it. Like several videos later, I'll be like, how did I do that thing? Or how did I make that transition? Or how did I do the speed ramping? And then I have to go back and research and relearn it all over again. So I love Final Cut Pro. I love the workflow of it. And most of all, I just love that, like I said, when I get bored of it, I can learn something new that gets me excited about it all over again, which I think is very important. When you're making hundreds of videos over the course of several years, it's easy to get complacent and just do the same thing over and over again. But if you're like me, you get bored of that, so you want to try to change it up. That's basically all I'm going to tell you about my editing software. So that brings us to the part of the video that you may be waiting for. Because early on in this video, I mentioned that I was going to tell you about a brand new place where you could find music for right here on YouTube or anywhere that you want to put video content up. That website is called Uppbeat.io. I'll have links and all the information you need down in the description. But let me just tell you about it a little bit. I've been using their free version for a little while. In my last video, I used a couple tracks from their platform, and the music that you've heard in this video is also from Uppbeat. With the free version of Uppbeat.io, you can download 10 tracks a month to use in your content. Now, a couple of caveats of using the free version is this. You only get access to half of their audio library. You have to copy and paste attributions or credits to Uppbeat and the artist in your description of your video or content. Now, this is pretty easy. They make it very, very easy. They just have it all there. You just hit the copy button and then you just have to go into your description and paste it. So no issues there. And if you're just browsing music, every 5 or 10 tracks, they make you listen to a little ad. I think that's the only real caveats. Now, let me tell you the best part about upgrading to the Pro version. It's $6.99 a month. Come on. $6.99? I don't want this to sound like an infomercial. I'm trying to keep things exciting around here. So Uppbeat.io is the sponsor of today's video. Thank you guys very much for helping me out a little bit, helping me grow the channel and do amazing things and create better content. The beautiful thing about the premium is it's very affordable. You can download unlimited tracks. You get access to their full library. You get whitelisted on YouTube from using any of their content, so use it all you want without attributions or credits or mentioning it at all. Don't worry about it. Listen all you want without any ads. Find tracks that you like, download them, save them for later, use them in your video. You want to use 50 songs in your video? Go right ahead. It's pretty good. I'm enjoying it so far. I found some really good music on it, and it's a change of pace, right? We've exhausted the audio library on YouTube. Granted, it has gotten better, but still, that's music that everybody's already using in their videos. And there's only so much of it that you're gonna like, right? Uppbeat organizes their stuff really nice. I love the layout. You can select different genres of music, different moods, different energies, funny, quirky, all these things. They've got it laid out really nice to help you find the music that you want for your videos. It's so hard making content when you've got ideas for music in your head, but you can't use anything mainstream without getting a copyright hit from the YouTube algorithm or however that works. I don't know. Just avoid it at all costs, you know? You have to make good choices when you're trying to build your brand on YouTube and Facebook and any other platform so you don't get hit with these copyright strikes. And this is a great way to do it for an affordable price. There's a lot of other music sites out there where you can get copyright-free music, but they're going to cost whatever, 15, 20, 25, maybe more every month to get the music that you want to use. But you don't have to worry about it with Uppbeat.io. True story. Check it out. Again, links and more information will be down in the description of this video. And you'll notice no attributions. No. Because I have the premium version. I know with the cameras, it's the same thing everybody else is using, but at least you could kind of see how I'm using it. And these accessories, like the switch pod and the snap mount for the GoPro, come on. That's awesome. That's very useful. Stay safe out there as always. I hope you found this information useful or whatever. If you want to check out any more videos, here's one. Stay safe. Have a good one. We'll catch you next time. Peace.